Hello, I'm Ken Horstman, the Chief Human Resources Officer at the University of Minnesota and an executive sponsor of the Peak Initiative. Thank you for your time today. Over the last 2 years, you have heard a great deal in general about Peak, and I am sure you are hoping soon to hear further details that explain just how an implementation of Peak would look in your life at the University of Minnesota. Peak is a response to many changes that are present nationally and impact higher education, including a shifting enrollment landscape, uncertainty of public financial support, the rapid change to a hybrid employment environment, and most importantly, our call to socially responsible leadership that supports improvements in inclusivity, equity, and sustainability. The purpose of Peak is to provide improved, consistent, equitable, and cost-effective administrative services across the university system, which in turn will help ensure the success of our teaching, our research, and outreach mission into the future. This reflects a commitment to the mission of the university and the Impact 2025 system-wide strategic plan. The results of Peak should provide clarity to roles and responsibilities that lead to deeper engagement of faculty, staff, and students. The Peak Initiative is focused on designing what this future state looks like and preparing for implementation through the summer of 2022. The implementation is planned currently as 4 phases over 3 years, each including specific campuses or units. Phase 1 implementation is scheduled to begin in fall of 2022. It is important for the Peak co-chairs, the Peak Project Office, and our consulting partners at Huron to listen to our academic and administrative leadership, faculty, staff, and students throughout this entire process. Such change does raise the level of uncertainty we live with, but the fact is we have uncertainty in every moment of our life, and this has increased dramatically over the last 2+ years. We are sensitive to this fact, and we believe that changes realized out of the Peak Project can support more clarity, purpose, mission, and with this support increased certainty in our work. We will never eliminate uncertainty, but we can manage it in a planful and respectful way. Let's take a moment to explain how this project supports the university tripartite mission and Impact 2025. Peak will support improvements in employee engagement, service delivery through efficient stewardship of resources, and greater compliance. We will measure service delivery with key performance indicators. We will provide measures of responsiveness, accuracy, compliance to monitor progress and identify opportunities for improvement. With improvements, the new operating model should realize a transition of resources directly toward mission. Reduced fragmentation of work improves accountability and knowledge base, which in turn provides increased security, data integrity, and reduces institutional risks. Clear roles and career paths allow leadership and supervisors to work with their faculty, staff, and student workers to mentor and together build meaningful career development and training, leading to opportunities for new experiences. The design of Peak at its core speaks to the implementation of shared service centers directly reporting to central administrative units for process-based, repetitive work, which is transactional in its focus. The shared service centers will possess greater capabilities than are currently available in our central units to support responsive first-time resolution to basic as well as complex matters. The realization of the Shared Service Center will allow leaders on campuses in academic and administrative units more time in support of their campus or unit, rather than expend daily time on transactional work and follow-up. Centers of expertise in central units, for which we provide a few examples on this slide, will then dedicate their time fully to strategic and programmatic work. A very high-level organizational vision as pictured on this slide is just that, a vision. As we look at peer higher education institutions that have made similar improvements, we see that a change to a more direct reporting line to administrative leaders is the most adopted approach to managing administrative services well. This does not mean at the end of the PEAK project we will have in place what is represented on this slide. Rather, how we progress will inform how we change organizationally in the end. There has been great benefit in the reporting relationship for local administrative leaders to their chancellor or dean and to the university finance, Marcom, and IT organizations. Human Resources also values a reporting relationship with local senior leadership. However, the compliance requirement for the employment experience needs consistent application of laws, regulations, and statutes administered fairly and equitably, and it does require a single employer approach which can be realized with a solid reporting line to one HR organization, plus a dotted line to the local senior leadership. So, how do we make sure what we are doing really works? We will establish measurements and reporting that will provide opportunity for timely review of performance and progress of the central administrative units and hold those units accountable to the service level that is provided to each campus and academic or administrative unit. This review will engage campus and unit leadership in what has worked and what is going well, what needs to be addressed to improve, and what new opportunities may exist for improvement as we move forward. The changes will be rolled out using a multi-phase approach. Only Phase 1 participants have currently been identified. However, each phase will include colleges, campuses, and administrative units where the organizational and process changes across all functions in the PEAK project will be implemented. After each phase, the included units will continue to adjust and improve through a stabilization period. PEAK will include a continuous improvement approach that will remain in place after the conclusion of the implementation of the PEAK program and will benefit the university in the years going forward. We end this brief presentation with engagement because we cannot lose track of how important the opportunity PEAK provides is to engagement. To provide equitable, inclusive, and clear career paths to all employees requires definition of roles and responsibilities in a way we have not had to present. PEAK will build on the prior work to provide clarity that adds professional learning and development and engages faculty, staff, and students in a continuous improvement approach to this work. This has been the PEAK update to help explain the design phase of the initiative. You can expect similar updates in this format during the implementation phase. Thank you for your time and consideration to listen to this update, and please contact the PEAK office with any follow-up questions you may have.